2K Sports pregame show.
This is 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA. We're joined by the legends Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Moments away, it'll be the Sacramento Kings going up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. And for Cleveland, they're currently holding on to the best record in the league. Not the conference, the league. They've been head and shoulders above the competition this season. Almost ready for tip-off, but first a moment to talk about something that often gets overlooked, defense. Kenny, who are the most impressive defenders in the NBA right now?
Well, defense doesn't get overlooked by championship teams, and I'm going to name some guys who've either played on championship team or contenders. Kawhi Leonard, defender on the wing. Andre Iguodala, MVP of the NBA Finals, but defense was one of the reasons. And Paul George, coming back from injury. This guy was a premium defender before the injury.
Well, since you talk about the little guys, I'm going to talk about the big guys. D12, Dwight Howard, shot blocker. Most of his career still doing that pretty well. Serge Ibaka, the surge protector.
I like that.
Joakim Noah. Roy Hibbert does a great job of the verticality thing, jumping up in the rim.
We're here in California's capital, Sacramento, and a look here at the Capitol building. Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony with Doris Burke on our sideline. Looking at the last game for the Cleveland Cavaliers, it was a win against Phoenix. And there wasn't much question as to how that game was going to turn out. They absolutely put the hammer down on them.
And even in hostile territory, as they were that day, they had no jitters at all. I mean, the confidence kept growing as the shots kept falling.
And they were falling big time. I mean, from the top to the bottom of that roster, everybody was locked, loaded, and spraying jumper.
Here's the starting group for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Smith in at shooting guard. Rudy Gobert is out there with Tristan Thompson. Then there's Tobias Harris. And it's Irving in at the 1 spot. So it's Sacramento. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
Yeah, their defense got sliced and diced in that game. They just weren't closing down on perimeter shooters, not nearly quick enough. And then they gave up their fair share of those point-blank shots on the interior as well.
Something was clearly amiss for them, Greg. I mean, to let an opponent shoot that high a percentage, you got to take a real long look in the mirror after a game like that.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Now here's Irving. To the paint. Gobert with the block. But they recover it. 5 to shoot from past the arc. The offensive rebound. Sweetney. And at last they get one to fall.
Very nice pickup of the offensive rebound, and once he gets his hands on it, you know it's going.
Oh, wow.
It's a beautiful jam.
Went to the windmill dunk to turn this place on its ear. I love it.
Yeah, this crowd is stunned.
That's as electric a finish as you're going to see.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay. There's the pick. And the pass to Norman. In the corner, Irving with it. From 15 feet away, and he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Cavaliers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Irving kicks to Thompson. He feeds it to Smith. Shoots the 3. Again, the miss by Smith.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Irving with it, guarded now by Irving. Irving against Irving. Irving passes to Norman. And Gibson, here we go. Rebound by Smith. Cleveland's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Fires for 3. That's good. Smith's got 5 points so far.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
First quarter of play. We're about 3 minutes in. Here's Sweetney. Gobert with the block. Smith on the wing. We saw him go on a scoring rampage last game.
And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark.
The Kings trail by 7. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Can they get it? And it's laid up and in by Young.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
On the wing, Irving. Back to Smith. Here's Gobert. Sacramento grabs the miss.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Irving against Irving. With the floater. Some solid defense there from Irving. The Cavaliers leading by 5. Let's send it out to Doris Burke, who caught up with head coach Billy Donovan. Doris?
He said that the key to the game will be how well they defend Kyrie Irving, adding he's shown himself to be one of the premier point guards in the game already. Whether it's passing, shooting, or penetrating, we need our guys in the backcourt to really get up into him, and our bigs need to be ready to bring help. Guys, you can bet that Irving will be their focus defensively.
And thanks for that story, Doris. And he gets it to go.
If they think that kind of defense is going to get it done against him, they're mistaken.
For Cleveland, they've gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. And it's Smith penetrating. Good. And Harris gets the assist. And that's now 9 points for Smith.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Sweetney. He's covered by Thompson. Here's Sweetney, and Thompson sends it back.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
The Kings shooting their first free throws of the night. That free throw, no good. And the second free throw, good. The Cavaliers leading by 4. Irving dishes to Smith. Tries from 16. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Smith's got 11 points.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
And Young kicks to Irving. Back to Young. Money from the wing. Cavaliers have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Harris passes to Smith. Corner shot. The shot is off. The Kings trail by 4. It's Young on the wing. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. He's got 6.
Really hard to find fault with anything he's doing this quarter, at least at the offensive end.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Kings game.
Well, since the All-Star break, these point guards have been doing their share of work on the boards. Take a look at their rebounding numbers in the second half of the season. Freak number 1.
And, well, rebounding isn't something too much about with point guards, but he places a lot of emphasis on doing whatever it takes to contribute, even on the boards.
Yeah, in addition to the work he does on the perimeter, he's more than willing to get his nose in there and get his hands dirty in getting after rebounds and loose balls. And I think that's why so many folks around the league can't say enough good things about him.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
Here's the screen. Back to Irving. 5 on the clock. Pulls it up. But they'll get another chance. Pass to Norman. Patsatsolyu, defended by Middleton. Gobert with the block, and they get it back. Now here's Irving. He picked up 21 points in their last win against Phoenix.
And don't forget about his playmaking in that game either. I mean, he did a great job of attacking the D and creating opportunities for both himself and his teammates.
Here's Sweetney. It's good. This game is all even. 6 points for him.
Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
And that is good.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Here's Irving. 9 points last game out. Over to the left wing. Here's Gibson, and he makes good on the layup. Gibson's got it all tied up now for Sacramento.
Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should continue to work the ball down low, Clark. It's really going to free up their outside shooting.
And the shot is good.
He's hit the ground running here in the first, putting together a nice quarter offensively.
The Kings shooting at around 42% since the opening tip. Sweetney guarded by Harris. Gobert pulls it in.
And already we've got a very lopsided edge on the boards for them.
Yeah, +5. As you mentioned, that didn't take very long, did it?
Back to Irving. And here is Gibson. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. Irving kicks to Gibson. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Gibson's got 6.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
We need to calm down. We're taking too many shots early in the clock. Let's get some ball movement and run something on the offensive end. Keep it simple. Let's throw it down inside or run some pick and roll up top.
Cleveland's gone a meager 1 of 6 from three-point land since we got started tonight. And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Cavaliers. And for Sacramento, they're shooting for the game at 42%. And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the floor for Sacramento, they've got Young. He's out there with Irving, and it's Covington in at the 4 spot. 5 to shoot. Here's Gibson. Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Irving kicks to Roten. For 3, Smith. The rebound by Gibson.
Not sure why he keeps trying his luck from deep here. It's just not his night.
Outside Irving. Out left to the wing. Gibson dishes to Irving. They set the pick. Here's Covington. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Now it's a 4-point Kings lead.
That's a nice job of getting the ball in the paint and burying the shot. That's exactly how it's done.
Smith the pass to Thompson, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
Covington kicks to Young. Feeds it to Covington. Gibson up top. Fires it up. And Irving pulls it down. Cavaliers have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. For 3, Smith. And that one's good. Smith's got 18 points.
Such a height mismatch out on the perimeter, and they give up the triple.
Dishes to Gibson. Got a piece of it. Left side Irving. Kings moving the ball around. And Gibson, here we go. Gobert with the block. Hope they get it back. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Cleveland's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Suns played some outstanding basketball. He dropped in a staggering amount of points, as he usually does, really knocking down shots from beyond the arc. What a show it was as he put up some really amazing numbers when it was all said and done. Even we marveled at his performance, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thanks so much for the report. You had to just marvel, guys, at what he was able to do that night, didn't you?
You know what? It was the game of basketball being played at its highest level. No question who their MVP was in that win.
No question whatsoever, Greg. I mean, that's a performance he and his fans will remember for a long, long time.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Let's spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
And now we have a chance to check out Freak here. Unbelievable play for him over the last month. First in scoring, first in rebounding, and he's in the league in steals per game. Just an incredibly aggressive and tenacious defender.
And I tell you what, his scoring abilities are almost otherworldly. I mean, no one's been able to slow him down or even come close.
Irving against Irving. Will it go? It's rebounded by Cleveland. Gobert's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Smith for 3. Here's Thompson, and Gibson sends it back. Now Irving, still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. They recover it. Sacramento again missing.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Nice shot by Smith. And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for the Cavaliers.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots. A key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunity. They're really keeping it up tempo so far.
Roten kicks to Smith. A baseline J. And that one comes up a bit short.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
Covington dishes to Young. They set the screen. 6 on the shot clock. And Gibson wide open. He shoots. Gibson with another miss. Roden kicks to Smith. Puts up a three. Another three for Cleveland.
He got off to a slow start, but now he's starting to get that jumper flowing.
The Kings trail by 9. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Irving with the ball. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. And Irving with the basket on the assist by Smith.
Assisted.
Smith's got 6 assists now in the game. The Kings shooting is definitely lagging at the moment. They're just 30% in the second quarter. Irving kicks to Covington. The dish now to Young. Pass to Gibson. 6 on the shot clock. Sacramento needs to get off a shot beyond the arc. And Tristan Thompson gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
The Kings have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line. The Cavaliers making a switch here. Middleton's checked in.
Mind the lanes. One shot.
Free throw drops for Covington. And so it's Cleveland with it. They've led by as many as 11 points. Last time they met in Cleveland.
In the last meeting of these two teams, they were really sharp defensively, disrupting the flow of their offense and causing a ton of turnovers.
Very satisfying performance, Greg, and one they'll look to repeat tonight. I mean, they ended up winning it going away.
The Cavaliers have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. And Sacramento has possession. It's a 10-point game. They'll be playing host to Toronto for the next one. And on the way from Irving for 3, Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got 6 rebounds in the game. Smith with it, now guarded by Gibson.
Man, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Gobert. And Tobias Harris subbed in for Tristan Thompson. Smith drives in, and it goes out of bounds. That one is off Smith.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Cole. Stevens.
And so here's Sacramento, trailing by 10.
Sacramento calls timeout.
Come on, fellas, we got to pick up the pace. If we see an open look, we got to take it. We have to make them play at our tempo.
There's a screen. Out to the right wing. Here's Sweetney. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. The Kings shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
And in terms of team members, the free throw percentage is right at 74.
And Kevin, it's something they've been working very hard to correct and to change. I mean, they know how important it is to fix that inability at the free throw line.
And he makes both free throws.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Shot from the wing. Offensive rebound. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
They've really flipped things around offensively.
Yeah, and anytime you can make more than half of your shots, you'll take that.
And it's Cole missing.
That's a shot you've got to take if you're looking for the three-pointer. I mean, the defense was nowhere around.
Smith for 3. Cauley Stein kicks to Smith. And there's the feed to Middleton. Passes to Irving, to the middle, Smith, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Boy, he's just dangling from the rim after sending it through there.
You can see which team now has the swagger, Clark, right now.
Yeah, it's with them.
And guys, that swagger can backfire because you don't want to get your opponent a little too riled up.
Shot is off.
The bucket just not well protected, but still he doesn't convert too often. That's been the story with him.
Puts up a 3, and it's rebounded by Covington. Covington's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Some nice ball movement here by the Kings. So he gets the whistle, contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
That's his first personal foul.
Sacramento shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
Cole. At the line for 2.
The first free throw is good. And he can't hit the second.
Yeah, and this...
So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. Cavaliers lead by 16. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, what a great job you did, both moving the ball and passing it and scoring it. What has been the key for you to this point?
I mean, I've just been trying to take what the defense gives me, really. I know I can't just try and go right at them every time, but if they give me a look, I'll shoot it. Otherwise, I'm just trying to keep the ball moving.
Kevin, an interesting response. Over to you.
Okay, Doris, much appreciated. And now for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
Hey guys, great execution in the first half, but we still have a few things to talk about before we go back out there. Passing has been outstanding. You guys are playing smart team basketball. We've got to continue to share the ball exactly as we have been. One big reason to be encouraged is the scoring we got off turnovers. There's nothing that'll lift a team up like good defense leading to offense, and that's just the kind of lift we could use. And in the third and fourth quarters, guys, don't let our commitment to rebounding slow down our transition game. Let's still be quick to get out on the break. All right, guys, let's get out there and play a good second half.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen.
Check out the game for Smith. He's got 26 points, and he's hit 4 from beyond the arc. A weapon with those three-point shots.
You said it. His long-range jumpers are having a deadly effect.
The Kings trail by 16. Checking out the group for David Blatt to start the second half. Smith, he's in at shooting guard. Harris is out there with Thompson. Then it's Kyrie Irving, and it's Gobert in at the center. Cavaliers shooting it up around 51%. They're getting good looks. The drive by Smith.
Man, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Irving passes to Smith. Elbow shot. And the shot is long.
And good defense there to play up and get a hand in the face.
Well, he's got a tough mindset. He's confident as a defender. And when you combine those two things, it makes it real hard to score on him.
Sweeten. He's covered by Thompson. 4 on the clock. It's Young on the wing. Irving for 3. And the rejection by Smith. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. The Cavaliers leading by 16. Launches it. The shot misses.
Not good shot selection. Long range and the defender all up in your jersey.
And, that's just the kind of defensive work he's known for. I mean, he can take that shot away from you and does it more times than not.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
For Sacramento, they have missed 2 free throws in the game, going 5 for 7.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls.
Just absolute domination in this one for Gibson. He has 11 points and also a block shot. He's gotten after it on the boards for them as well as in the transition game.
And I like the fact that one has really fed into the other.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. The Cavaliers leading by 15. Smith with it, now guarded by Gibson. They get the rebound. Gobert off target at the rim.
Sometimes rest can do more harm than good. It certainly looks that way for them. They've been cold coming out and have yet to find the bottom of the net.
Knocks it loose. It's taken away by Smith. Jumps up. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam Reflex. Nice work there coming off the screen.
A lot of space right there to get that.
Good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Right, oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
The Cavaliers shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Yeah, in general, they've been very solid. I mean, free throw shooting isn't something they've had to worry about too much this season, guys.
Free throw good, Smith.
All right, come on, let's go. Keep it going, keep it going.
Smith hits them both. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. To the inside. Here's Sweetney. And that one is hammered home.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Clark, maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
It could be, Kevin. I mean, a dunk like that can sometimes get an opponent reeling. He has really punished these defenders today. No matter who's been on him, he's been giving them medicine.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. Well, here are a group of point guards that have dialed up their own offense in the second half of the season. These are the top scorers at the one spot since the All-Star break. Freak number one.
Being at the top of that list, I mean, he's obviously been able to take it upon himself to give his team an offensive jolt whenever they've needed it.
And that's value added for a point guard. I mean, when you're playing,
come on, fellas, we got to pick up the pace. You see an open look, we got to take it. We have to make them play at our tempo.
And checking out some numbers for Gobert. He's one of the standouts over the last month. He's averaging 7 points a game, 9 rebounds, and 2.5 blocks. And his rebounding is what's most impressive. He's shown tremendous determination on the backboards.
And it's a big asset for this team. I mean, he blocks out on the defensive glass, and then he keeps balls alive at the offensive end.
Irving kicks to Gobert. On the wing, Harris, defended by Gibson. And Smith with the stuff.
And how's that for some ups coming from that one?
Well, he is a rarity among NBA point guards in his ability to elevate.
Yeah, his athletic ability, guys, is really what takes him a notch above most players at his position.
All right, Sacramento, please welcome to the court America's best dance crew, your Sacramento Kings dance team.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Billy Donovan said to the team. He used the word patience several times in describing what he'd like to see from their offense. It's not a run-and-gun approach he wants from them. He also talked about their defense in the open court, saying, don't let them get comfortable in transition. We need to shut down their fast break. Well, they need to make something happen before the start of the fourth quarter, and maybe those changes will do the trick, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris.
And, you know, he's a threat from deep, no doubt about it, but it just has not been there for him tonight. You might want to change your game plan a little bit offensively.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
The Cavaliers leading by 19. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
Such a strong finisher for a floor general.
He was up high, and he came down hard. Exquisitely done.
That's the uncanny ability he has to find a teammate for an easy basket or get one himself.
Here's Irving. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Irving's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
And Young, here we go. Kicks it out to Gibson. Back to Young. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Young's got 11 points.
Just lazy defense on the glass there.
Well, nobody boxed out. Nobody put a body on anybody else. Things like that not only drive the coach crazy, that stuff gets under my skin. Guys, it's a one-man show out there. I mean, he looks like he's willing to handle all of the offensive duties for his team.
Good D by Thompson.
Not too much congestion in the lane. I think he could have gotten a better shot that time, no question.
Smith kicks to Harris. Back to Smith. The screen from Thompson. And it's slammed in by Smith.
It's hard to believe that he's a point guard. I mean, he can power those dunks down as well as any big man in the league.
If not better. If not better. He's a phenomenal finisher.
Enjoy seeing that kind of bounce out of that spot on the floor.
Outside Gibson. 6 to shoot. Here's Sweetney. Bounces high off the rim and drops. 18 points for him.
And you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
Great assist that time by Kyrie Irving.
Here's Irving. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Sweetney, defended by Gobert. Kicks it to Gibson. Young in the corner. Sacramento moving it around. Outside Gibson. Goes up to the stripe. Here's Sweetney. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Cavaliers.
And I like how they've taken the high percentage shot in the paint. In that first half, we saw them doing it, and they've continued to succeed as the game has worn on.
One shot.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
3-point play.
Here's Smith, and he has 42. Middleton outside. He kicks it to Harris. He dishes it to Smith. Can't get it to go. And it's the Kings taking it the other way. Outside Gibson. From down in the low post. It goes. He's got 23.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Here's Smith. Oh! Just floating to the rim on that slam.
Boy, when he gets up and stays
Man,
up.
you could clock his hang time with an hourglass.
The Kings trail by 18. Outside Irving to the left wing. They set the pick. The pass to Covington. Three-pointer. And Irving pulls it down.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Better to be lucky than good sometimes. Fortunately, they didn't get burned on that one. As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Sweetney, he's covered by Thompson. Shot clock at 6, and stolen by Harris. Smith right side, tries from 16. Sacramento grabs the miss. Now here is Irving. To the paint, here's Gibson. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got 6 assists now in the game.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
Harris dishes to Middleton. And another 3 for Cleveland.
And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
You're exactly right. I mean, those come back to bite you every time, just like it's biting them now.
It's taken away by Smith. And, oh, here we go. Smith's got it, the fast break chance, and he gets it to go. Smith's got 49 points in the game.
Oh, it's scary because he's just been a matchup nightmare in this game. He's eaten up anybody they've thrown at him.
Kevin, he's been a bright spot in what's otherwise been a little bit of a struggle for this team.
He feeds it to Thompson. Drops in the layup for 2. Thompson's got 7.
Worked that one inside nicely.
Sacramento's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Back to Irving. And count the basket. He is fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
And he's showing signs now of life after going scoreless through the half.
That's his third person, the team's third.
And he's got his first chance at the line here for the Cavaliers. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Thompson. Cauley Stein comes in for Tobias Harris. And Smith subbed in for Chris Middleton.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
Kings shooting well, 52% in the third. They came to play offensively in the second half. Stevens, covered by Smith. Over in the corner, Cole. The tray. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Smith's got his third rebound tonight. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Nice shot by Gobert.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Stevens, covered by Smith. And the foul called on Freak. That'll be his second foul of the game. Covington's shot is off. Here's Gobert. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Cavaliers ahead as they end the third quarter on a 14-6 run. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. The Cavaliers shooting one of the high points for them in this game at 54%. They've got Young, and it's Baldwin in at the 4-man position. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Out of bounds, Sacramento takes possession.
Jacobson.
And here are the Kings now. Here's Cole. From the arc. No luck.
He's got to know not to take that shot when he's so closely defended.
That's a 2 from Smith. And the shot falls short this time.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be. He's not making that one.
Jacobson, covered by Smith. Rebound by Smith.
And, you know, coaches just love players who they can count on to give that effort defensively.
And he clearly is one of those guys, Greg. We saw it right there. Nice work forcing that miss.
And he got loose from the three-point range in the first half and showing signs here that he's still got the flow in the second.
There's the pick. Young with the ball. He's picked up by Lamb. Over to the wing. Here's Cole. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
And how about that for a response.
Well, it sounded as though, or at least it looked as though it sounded like, we'll give you a 3, and then we'll take it right back.
Here's Smith. From the left block, he sends it through. Smith's got 54 points.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
Here's Cole, covered by Smith. Cole, the pass to Baldwin. Over to the left wing. Feeds to Cole. Just 5 to shoot. Sacramento moving it around. And here's Young from the arc. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Smith's got 6 rebounds in the game.
One made 3 for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession. For Cleveland, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Takes the 13-footer, pass to Lamb. Dishes it to Smith. Cauley Stein kicks to Roten. Pass to Smith. The 11-footer cannot hit. And Sacramento will go the other way with it. Here's Cole. Young outside. Got a piece of it. To the right side. Cole's shot is good. Cole's got 5 points now this quarter.
You know, he didn't need to make the layup complicated. I mean, it's not a trick shot contest, but he decided to go for a little extra flavor on that one.
Lamb with the ball, and Young picks him up defensively. And it's Smith missing. Sacramento's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Young outside. Finds himself wide open and drills it. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th. Back to Smith. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Smith's got 56 points in the game.
Room service delivery right there, fellas. Wonderful entry feed.
Passes it to Baldwin. Steps back and fires. And he gets that one to go off the front iron.
How good is that? I mean, he can make a defender look foolish at times.
Roten dishes to Smith. That's good. Smith's got 58.
Not fazed at all by having... a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Shot clock at 6. It's taken away by Smith. Here's Daly. Ripped away. And up the court come the Kings on the break.
Really a heads-up play on both ends there. The steal and the quick push on the break.
Rapid-fire basketball at its best. Boom, 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 bang.
In the corner, it's Roten. Back to Smith. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't flush.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense. You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
They set the screen. Back to Young. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Jacobson. Cavaliers with the rebound. Roten kicks to Smith. And that's good for 2 as he grabs the feed.
And that kind of sums up the defensive effort we've seen here tonight, guys.
For Sacramento, they've gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. Jacobson, he's covered by Roten. And the pass to Baldwin. Puts up a 3. Kept alive by Sacramento. It's blocked, and they'll keep possession. Here's Jacobson. Another miss. Boy, they had their chance there, but couldn't get it to go. Roten, the pass to Lamb. No one near. Smith as he lets it go. Can't get it to go. Now Sacramento takes it the other way. Pass to Baldwin. Here's Jacobson. Misses off the left iron.
It's not a quarter to remember as far as his offense is concerned.
Yeah, you know, he's not making any kind of impact for them at that end of the court right now.
Man, they came out smoking here from beyond.
And Greg, as hot as they are from out there, absolutely no reason at all not to just keep letting them fly.
Inside, here's Cole, and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's going to go on Willie Cauley-Stein.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
At the line for your Kings, Cole. At the line for 2.
And that one falls for Cole. Both teams deciding to change it up. No good on the second free throw. Cavaliers have gone 7 of 13 from the field here in the fourth. Roten kicks to Anderson. For 3, Smith. And another 3 for Cleveland.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
No one near him. And yes, sir, that one drops.
You know, not necessarily what you're looking for, but still able to convert.
Just floating to the rim on that slam.
Boy, when he gets up and stays up.
Man, you could clock his hang time with an hourglass.
Passes it to Baldwin. The dish to Gibson. Runner in the lane. That one a little long.
I'll tell you what, for what's really an elementary shot, he looked a little nervous on that release. Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
And Roten no good on that one. Nice shot by Gobert.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Greg, the play in the paint has gone almost entirely all their way.
They set the pick. For 3, Gibson. Gibson with another miss. Cleveland's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. Got that bucket in no time at all.
Another pass put right into the shooter's pocket, right in the shooting pocket for a terrific assist. They've done a lot of that today.
And it's something we haven't seen much of at the opposite end of the floor.
Here's Jacobson. Gobert with the block, and he recovers it. Out to the wing. Good ball movement here by the Kings. Gibson for 3. Gibson with another miss.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole, because he is just not there offensively.
There's the feed to Smith. Down low. Stolen away. Oh, and here we go with Gibson. Nobody back. Lays it in off the breakaway.
How about that one-man fast break?
I love the power finish at the end of it, too.
Kicks it to Gobert. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. Smith's got 9 assists now tonight.
And an open path to the hoop there. Easy bucket. We've seen that far too many times today.
Stevens, covered by Smith. Shot clock at 6. Stevens. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. Harris checked in for the Cavaliers.
Tobias Harris.
.144 left in the fourth quarter. Smith kicks to Anderson. Gobert the screen. Here's Smith. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
Anderson.
Make it 10 of their last 12 points coming off assists.
You have to love the ball movement.
Gibson against Harris. Teardrop shot. And no problem from Gibson as he finishes at the rim. Gibson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Cavaliers.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, Stephen Clark. An all-around dominant performance. Clark, and you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
I certainly did, and they just cracked it open and made it an NC. No contest.
Yeah, I like that. And the one thing that stood out about these guys all season long, their resiliency to come out and play hard and win games. We've watched some epic battles that they've played, and tonight will mark their 64th win in the year. Something else.
And with this win, it gives them a sweep of the season series, even though it's just a brief 2-gamer.
I tell you what, Greg, no matter how brief it is, anytime you can get a season series sweep, you're happy.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Smith. You have to focus on the steals he came up with. They were huge factors in the end result.
He kicks it to Gobert. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And they're not finished just yet. They're going to make sure about this win.
Yeah, not taking any chances, Greg. This is how you close a game out. Textbook.
Gibson passes to Norman. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession.
And really just a lack of awareness on his part. Just no idea he was right near the line.
Jeremy Lamb.
And that's going to be a turnover. They call him for 8 seconds.
Make it up next play.
And so it's Cleveland taking care of business in this one. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
And that's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, you absolutely torched them from the outside tonight. Did you feel like you could hit from just about anywhere on the court?
Yo, as weird as this sounds, at this point, I just got to say yes. Sometimes you just get so in the zone, you feel everything coming off your hands is going in. Yo, I got to that point tonight. And I hope I can find it again sometime soon.
Well done. Kevin, a young man always looking for more.
All right, Doris, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And now time to go to Ernie Johnson, who's alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, along with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Let's quickly move forward now to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Freedom. An absolutely astounding and historic night for him here in this game. He was simply unstoppable in what can only be described as a masterful performance.
You know, Freak was a 4.0 honor student growing up. And tonight, that high IQ is one of the things we saw on display with that sensational performance. Combine his smarts with the fact that he lives and breathes basketball, there's no doubt that he's one of the most intelligent players we have in this league.
Well, he showed us just how good he can be when he's at the top of his game. And the building was stunned. You saw people leaving early, throwing popcorn, throwing hot dogs, spilling soda. He put on a CSDP, a crowd shut down performance. Man, that's what I'm talking about, Ernie.
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Have a good evening.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, we'll see the Los Angeles Clippers as they play against the Cleveland Cavaliers. This Cavaliers group has been getting things done. It's been a fantastic season for them, and this could be one of its most memorable nights as a win here gives them the best record in the league. And as we march toward the end of the regular season, Shaq, I want your opinion on veterans being rested in back-to-back games.
You know what, Ernie, you hear a lot of people complain, but let me tell you from personal reasons, it's the right thing to do in some cases, especially for the older teams to have a real shot to win a championship. Popovich has been doing it. Look how many rings he got.
Well, there's been a lot of talk about extending the regular season and taking away some of those back-to-back games. But it's like bowling, Ernie. I'm a good bowler. Like, you're using your right arm a lot, and sometimes you need to rest it. You can't just start bowling with your left. So for me, I bowled a perfect game twice in my life. I'm only using right hand. You need that rest.
That was the worst analogy I ever heard in my life.
No.
Welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Last time these two teams met, it was the Cleveland Cavaliers who came away with the W against the Clippers.
And the way they attacked the basket in that game was unreal. I mean, after a while, the defenders seemed to just wave the white flag.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, that's what will happen when a team continues to attack the basket and come away with layups. The defense tends to get demoralized and deflated.
So Cleveland will get the first possession. Here's the starting group for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Smith in a two-guard. Tobias Harris is out there with Tristan Thompson. And it's Rudy Gobert. And it's Irving at the one spot. Now the Clippers with it. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
And if you look at the box score from that game, guys, the first thing you'll notice is how many turnovers they forced.
And one thing the box score doesn't show us is how many points came as a direct result of those turnovers. But I think it was a huge factor.
Yeah, it's just a smart shot taking advantage of the mismatch.
Well, with a stroke like that and the height advantage as well, the mid...
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skills as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Boy, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play.
That's a nice drive there, Kevin. He beat the lone defender and was wide open under the hoop.
For the three, and that one's good.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
On defense, Cleveland. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
Yeah, the confidence just exuding in that performance on the offensive end. I mean, really illustrates how this team clicks when guys are communicating and executing as a cohesive unit.
Yeah, roadkill is hard to get in this league. I mean, to be a great NBA team, you've got to be able to have that kind of performance on the road. Focused, purposeful, solid.
The screen from Thompson. In the corner, Irving with it. And good as it rattles through the hoop. Irving's got 5.
You can't give him that shot. A few open looks are all it takes to get him in the zone.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
I briefly spoke with Jeff Hornacek. He said that the key to the game will be how well they defend Kyrie Irving, adding he's shown himself to be one of the premier point guards in the game already. Whether it's passing, shooting, or penetrating, we need our guys in the backcourt to really get up into him, and our bigs need to be ready to bring help. Guys, you can bet that Irving will be their focus defensively.
Thanks a lot, Doris.
4 or 5 shots have dropped for them already. Not a bad way to get things started.
And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Here's Griffin. That one's off. He's now 1 for 2.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And it's Smith missing. Gobert. And he uses the glass on the layup. Gobert's got his first basket.
So far, so good for them at the offensive end here in the early going.
Yeah, the great field goal percentage to start exactly what they were hoping for.
Picked by Griffin. Fader on the way. That doesn't go either for Griffin. The Cavaliers leading by 6. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession.
A chance here, Kevin, to see where the Cavaliers currently rank in the NBA. First in scoring, first in rebounding, and they're also #1 distributing the basketball. This is a team that knows how to find the open man and convert those opportunities.
And you go back to their offense, the most explosive in the league. I mean, everyone talks about the great offense beating great defenses, and I tell you what, they make it difficult to hang with them.
Shot clock at 5. Shot to stop the run. He squares up and sinks it. Griffin's got his second bucket of the game to go. Cleveland's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Corner shot. Kept alive. Here's Thompson. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
And boy, have they come out strong, really pounding the offensive board for second chance points.
Ultra impressive, guys. Caught them off guard, and they've taken the momentum in this game now.
The Cavaliers shooting their first free throw of the game here.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Yeah, in general, they've been very solid. I mean, free throw shooting isn't something they've had to worry about too much this season, guys.
Kicks it to Hardaway. Pass to York. Wide open look. That's short off the rim.
I think he was surprised by how much space he had there and just rushed the shot a little bit.
Smith for 3. And he gets it to go. Smith's got a couple of threes now in the first for the Cavs.
Those are starting to add up. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 of them have been three-pointers.
And clearly it's about how poorly the defense has played. They've got to close out faster.
Muscala hits the button.
And they're just raining threes on both ends.
Boy, I love the answer. You come at me with the 3, I'm coming right back with my own triple.
Here's Smith. Good. And Harris gets the assist. And that's now 10 points for Smith.
And he's really been working to get those looks, and it's starting to pay off here early on.
Kramer. He's covered by Irving. Picked by Griffin. Passes it to York. Takes a 3. The shot is off. And Cleveland the other way now. Smith for 3. The shot no good. And the foul called on Freak. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Clippers trail by 8. Now here's Hardaway. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. Kramer. Good on the three-point shot. Here's Smith. Harris outside. And Smith slams it home. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying Clark to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. Forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend. Take it to the hoop.
And how, Clark. Brilliant throwdown.
Just exerting his authority on that play.
Kramer covered by Smith. At the elbow, Griffin. Another one falls for the Clippers.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
All right, fans, let's get up and get loud for your Spirit Games team.
Let's pause for just a moment to see the teams that have been extremely effective with their three-point shooting this past month. Second, the Cavaliers.
And right now, their three-points are in terrific rhythm. I mean, they've put on a display here from long range.
So, for the Clippers, Taylor comes in for Muscala, and Michael Kidd-Gilchrist subbed in for Hardaway. And Cleveland also making a change. Middleton's checked in. The Cavaliers leading by 3. Irving kicks to Smith. Gobert against Griffin. Irving dishes to Smith. And that one is stuffed right through.
And how about a little bit of showmanship there as he increases the lead?
Oh, I like that. That's got to be, though, a tough pill for the defense to swallow.
Well, he's a guy that you know can hurt you with his passing. And right there, he does some damage with his finishing, too.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for Cleveland?
They've definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
They're crashing the offensive glass hard, too. I mean, they've dropped in several second-chance baskets.
No good on the free throw. Cavaliers making a switch here. And he sinks the second. The Cavaliers leading by 4. Harris outside. Here's Gary. Good. And Harris gets the assist.
Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
Yeah, and you know what, Greg? You like their effort level here in the early going. I mean, they're really making things happen for themselves.
The pass to York. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
That would have been lucky had it fallen. Poor shot selection.
Yeah, look at the coach's face and the expression. It says all over it, are you kidding me?
And again, the basket from Smith. And now a 9-point Cavalier lead.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Here's the screen. Pass to Taylor. Shoots from 12. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Taylor's got his first points in this one.
It's almost as if both teams are in a zone.
Well, offensively at least, partner. I mean, neither team's done jack diddly on D.
And you know what? Just a little too much heat on that pass for him to come up with the steal.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that was going to be a tough catch for either one of them.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Arthur's checked in. And so here's Cleveland. 7-point differential. That's good. He has 5.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
Here's Taylor. Can't get it to go. And it's the Cavaliers taking it the other way. Kid Gilchrist with the steal. Arthur up top. Some solid defense from Harris.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
And he can extend the lead to double digits. Clippers trail by 9. The dish to Taylor. The steal. 2 on none. No one back to stop this. And Smith with the stop.
And they keep going down low with the ball and keep getting positive results.
Extremely positive. I mean, this is a very nice lead to have early in the ball game.
Outside, Kid Gilchrist. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And that's the kind of move that will always pay off, even against tight defense like he was facing on that possession.
Middleton on the wing. He kicks it to Cauley Stein. Back to Middleton. Now here is Smith. He's guarded by Arthur. And it's Smith penetrating.
Take a look at the numbers in this one for Smith. He's already up to 18 points, and he's hit the mark twice from three-point range as well.
And Clark, it's no stretch to say the more points he gives them from beyond the arc, the better off they'll be.
It's his first trip to the line.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
First free throw is good.
All right. Stay on him.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. Clippers trail by 11. Pass to Hughes. It's Kid Gilchrist on the wing. They set the pick. Stolen by Middleton. And they're moving it up. For three, Smith. The rebound by Hughes.
So far on the glass, it hasn't even been close.
Yeah, they're taking it to him. It feels like they've gotten every loose ball.
And here's Cleveland. They're on a 13-5 run here. And Middleton kicks to Smith. Again, the miss by Smith. Los Angeles has gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Smith with it. He had a career game last time out. Bucket after bucket. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist out there with Griffin. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Muscala in at the 5 spot. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
And just a little bit ragged defensively there, Clark.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Kings played some outstanding basketball. He finished with an incredible amount of points, as he usually does, really knocking down shots from beyond the arc. Numbers like that are rare to see by any player in a game he'll always remember.
All right, Doris, thank you. He played at a level that very few players are capable of playing.
And you know, I'll be interested to see how much he's got left in the tank. I mean, that performance had to take a lot out of him.
Yeah, but you know what? Sometimes supreme confidence can increase your stamina and endurance. So I'll be interested to see how that affects his play.
The Cavaliers shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
2 shots.
That free throw good from Thompson. And so Thompson nails both of them. Clippers trail by 13. Kramer. He's covered by Irving. Kramer. Cavaliers with the rebound.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Here's Muscala. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Yeah, I don't think it's an accident that aggressiveness correlates with playing better. So the aggressiveness is starting to pay off.
The Clippers have had 7 opportunities at the free throw line and made good on 5 of them.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
Really, guys, it's just come together for them at the charity stripe this season. I mean, the confidence is there, and so too are the results.
And so he hits both. Now Smith. He's got 22.
Oh, wow.
That's a beautiful jam.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
I tell you what, I used to love to go up and jam like that.
Here's Kramer. Kyrie Irving grabs the miss. The Cavaliers leading by 13. Lets it go with a 3. The shot's good from Smith.
Come on now, let's go.
Smith's got 27.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Fades away. And that one's good. Griffin.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
To the middle. Here's Smith. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got 5 assists in the game. For Los Angeles, they've gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. Now the feed to Muscala. That 3 off the mark.
You know, so many games are decided by which team wins the rebound battle, and that's held true in this one so far.
And Clark, their effort on the glass has given them the advantage, but it's also been the effort in general that's made a difference. And I like the job they've done with working the basketball. They've been moving and getting quality shots.
And Greg, their field goal percentage reflects that. I mean, they've been the much better team shooting the ball. And you know me, shooting percentage, always a function of shot selection.
All right, man, let's get up. Let's get loud for the Spirit Dance team.
While we're on a break, a chance now to bring up a list of the best small forward rebounders in the second half of the season. Michael Kid Gilchrist on top.
You know, there are some things he does really well on the perimeter, but in the paint, his rebounding is as impressive as anything else he does on the floor.
I think that's one of his calling cards, the rebounding, and it's the feistiness in the paint that allows him to do such a good job, and they're battling those big guys down low. I mean, I think it's really what sets him apart from other small forwards.
Dishes it to Griffin. With the fadeaway. Gobert with the block. And so the ball out of bounds. Gobert touched it last.
Shape up. Shape up.
Here's Hardaway. That's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Four on the shot clock. Shot's good. Griffin making the play. Hardaway has got 6 in the quarter.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint.
And a chance here to see where the Clippers sit in the NBA statistically right now. 5th in blocks, 7th in points off turnovers. And they're a top 10 shooting team from the foul line. Pretty good company for that team.
You know, you talked about their spot in the shot blocking rankings. Their length and presence inside is not to be taken lightly. And trust me, their opponents are very conscious of it every time they drop the ball.
To the middle, here's Smith. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
He's finding all kinds of ways to get it done. What a quarter he's having.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
One shot. Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
The free throw drops for Smith.
Shooting 100% in the quarter. They've made them all, taking full advantage at the line.
I tell you what, nice job making the most of their opportunities.
And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Griffin. Will not go. This is off the front iron.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough. But that's how you win games.
Los Angeles with another miss. The Cavaliers leading by 19. Smith with a wide open look. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
Left side, Griffin. 14 feet away. Gobert with the block. And here's Smith. He's got 34. Irving passes to Smith. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. And that's 36 points for Freak.
That's leadership. Really, really valuable to have someone who can just take charge like he has.
Well, there's a certain amount of confidence you have when the ball is in his hands at that end of the floor right now. I mean, he just gives you a sense of calm and confidence because of how good he is.
Cleveland's gone 6 of 11 when they're taking the three-point shot tonight. Very respectable. Howard down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
And folks, those are hops you just don't see from that one spot every day.
Well, that's why he is such an uncommon talent.
Yep, uncommon and unparalleled. I mean, he makes things happen out there for sure.
Feeds to Griffin. It's stolen by Gobert. Here's Smith. Look at that. The rim rattler.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now.
That's straight up Showtime stuff right there, baby. Major highlight reel material.
And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's going to be on Freak.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
The Clippers have made 7 out of 9 when they've stepped to the line.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good. Both teams deciding to change it up. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. The Cavaliers leading by 23. Irving kicks to Smith. He dishes it to Thompson. It's good, the assist that time from Smith. Thompson's got 6 in the quarter.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
To the inside, Griffin goes in. Gobert with the block, and so the ball out of bounds. Gobert touched it last. Taylor's checked in for the Clippers.
Taylor.
Clippers with the ball. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Kramer. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Well, when you think of the great playmakers in league history, John Stockton per game averaged double-digit dimes. Think of this. For his career, 15,806 career assists. A record you knew right off would stand for a very long time.
And guys, you know, you look up point guard in the dictionary, and there's a nice little picture of John Stockton there. I mean, he is an unreal distributor. Controlled the game like no one ever has before or since. It's no coincidence that Utah never missed the playoffs in any of the 19 seasons that John Stockton was at the helm.
Cleveland's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. And Middleton kicks to Smith. Missed inside.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
There's the 3. The Clippers grab the miss. Taylor's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Griffin a screen on Irving. 1:24 left here in the second. Here's Kramer. Can't get it to go. Good D by Thompson. Cleveland's gone 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark. Shooting the 3-ball well.
This guy's putting on a clinic out there. Everything is sound and sharp and crisp. He's really the centerpiece of their offense.
Pass to York. Griffin against Gobert. Dives for it. Trying to get back on track. And he gets the jumper to drive. 14 points for Blake Griffin. Cleveland's gone 3 of 5 beyond the arc since the start of the second quarter. Gobert dishes to Smith. The Clippers grab the miss. Taylor's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's York. And the rejection by Smith. Griffin passes to Kid Gilchrist. Great D that time from Middleton.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
Smith, no luck.
And you saw how quick the defense was. They were ready for him. They got the hand in the face there and made that much more difficult.
Yeah, and every team needs that kind of rugged interior defense because you want to try to distract your opponents when they get inside, and you also want to make them uncomfortable in their shot attempts.
And that lead pass allowed him to get straight to the rim unabated in stride. And folks, those are hops you just don't see from that one spot every day.
Well, that's why he is such an uncommon talent.
Yep, uncommon and unparalleled. I mean, he makes things happen out there for sure.
This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line in the game.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
You know, guys, that's not quite the same success rate he had at the line last year, although it is somewhat in the neighborhood of last year's numbers.
The free throw drops for Smith. Out to the wing. Here's York. No good on the buzzer beater. And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. Cleveland ahead, just dominating this one. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the 3rd quarter underway.
Hey guys, we've really taken the life out of this crowd, but I still want to talk to you for a minute. Passing has been outstanding. You guys are playing smart team basketball. We've got to continue to share the ball exactly as we have been. Our offense in the paint was a positive. Our entry passes were sharp and you showed off some excellent post moves. Really nice footwork down there. And in this half, I want us quick to get out on the break. Let's get headed up the floor as soon as we get our hands on the ball. All right, guys, let's get out there and play a good second half.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. You look at Freak in this game, he has been everywhere.
And the approach in that first half was an aggressive one. Take it to the teeth of the defense, put them on the heels, and you're either going to score or get to the line.
And mostly he's been getting to the line, guys. I mean, he has the free throw total to show for it, as well as the bumps and bruises.
And so here are the Clippers. Checking out the group for David Black to start the second half. Smith in at shooting guard. Rudy Gobert is out there with Thompson. Then there's Tobias Harris. And it's Irving in at point guard. And now Irving pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
To the middle. Gobert with the block. Out of bounds, Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession. On defense, Cleveland. Outside Hardaway. 6 to shoot. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Here's Griffin. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Getting the half off to a good start here already with some penetration.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
And when he's gotten himself to the line this season, he's come through right around 74% of the time.
And it's clear that's a change for the better from what he was able to do at the free throw line a year ago, guys.
The free throw off from Griffin. Cleveland's gone downtown 13 times in this game, and they're just over 50%, 7 of 13 on threes. To the paint. And Harris gets it to go on the assist by Irving.
And a sharp pass to set up that high percentage shot in close.
To the wing right side. Here's Griffin. Gets the 14-footer to fall. Griffin's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And he's made more than his fair share of those today.
Smith left side. Baseline try, and Cleveland again with the bucket.
Didn't have any problem knocking that one down. Another defensive lapse leading to 2 more.
Kramer, he's covered by Irving. There's a screen. Here's Kramer. Terrific design on the pick foot, and he lays it in. He's got 9.
Very well executed pick to give him all kinds of space to get that one off.
Irving kicks to Smith. And Griffin sends it back to the inside, and he jams it with authority.
Well, for one, he hasn't let him down. But a few other guys need to pick up the pace if they're going to be good.
And Thompson kicks to Smith. Second chance shot. Thompson misses.
All the defender had to do there was just stay close to him, and he did.
Here's York. Yes, and it's Hardaway picking up the assist. Hardaway has got 4 assists in the game.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
Kramer covered by Irving, 13 feet away. Off.
They really depend on him to convert those chances. A lot of times, even with solid D draped on him, they expect him to make it.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Hardaway with it. Now Smith defending. York. And the 3 off target.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Smith for 3. Rebounded by Hardaway.
And so much for repeating the 3-point barrage he put on in the first half. Nothing here in the second.
Kramer covered by Irving. Here's Kramer. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. He's got 11.
Wow, he was just wide open there. That's way too easy.
Kid Gilchrist, he's checked in for Blake Griffin. Anderson, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. Here's Irving. And it's the Clippers' ball. They're on a 12-4 run. Tiggs, covered by Smith. And the rejection by Smith.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Ball's knocked loose. Here's Griffin. Some solid defense from Harris. Cleveland leading by 22. Middleton left side. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Middleton's got his second basket. The Clippers shooting the ball around 43% from the floor so far in the third quarter. Inside. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
You can see that they're not as aggressive from the three-point arc. They had far more attempts in the first half.
Back to Smith. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And when you talk about all-time career numbers, there is one name in NBA history that shows up time and time again. Wilt Chamberlain, Wilt the Stilt, with 23,924 rebounds. His name synonymous with greatness on the basketball court.
And guys, I don't think there will ever be another player that will dominate their position like Wilt Chamberlain did. And it's those rebounding numbers that paint the picture the most clearly. I mean, Wilt averaged almost 23 rebounds a game. Not just over a season, folks, over the course of his entire career. 11 rebounding titles, and his career total just shy of 24,000. I mean, nobody in the modern era has even come close to that.
Both free throws good from Smith. 1:49 left in the third. The Clippers really having a tough go here. The pass to Hughes. Picked by Griffin. Clippers moving the ball around. Here's Arthur. Terrific design on the pick play. He lays it in. Arthur's got 6 points.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Here's Smith. Taylor with a rebound. Taylor's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Gobert against Griffin. Pass to Hughes. Arthur kicks to Griffin. Gobert with the block, and he's able to get it back. Another miss by Griffin. Cleveland leading by 22. Middleton outside. Back to Smith. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
He's made all 6 of his tries at the line so far.
One shot. One shot.
Free throw drops for Smith. There's 42 seconds left in the third quarter. Pass to Hughes. Now here's Arthur. He's got 6. And good on the basket. Book it.
Now there's something for the top 10 highlight reel right there. A layup can be just as sweet and as pretty as a dunk sometimes.
Here's Gobert. Taylor with a rebound. Taylor's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Nice shot by Arthur. Arthur's got 8 points.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Nice shot by Smith.
And you know what? This guy is just a natural-born scorer.
Kicks to Griffin. 1 second left. No good trying to beat the buzzer. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Cavaliers on top, running away with it. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Here's Smith. We've got Tim Hardaway Jr. Griffin is out there with Muscala, and it's York in at the 3 slot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
It's basically been all him. I mean, he scored most of the points himself.
Outside Hardaway. To the right side. Inside, Kramer plays it up and banks it in.
He's been much more effective in the second half than he was in the first.
Cleveland leading by 23. And Thompson kicks to Middleton. The Clippers grab the miss.
And even though he missed that, you have to take those shots when you get the opportunity.
Exactly. They don't come much better or easier than that.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Cavaliers.
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
Well, you've also got to love how aggressively they've taken that ball to the basket and scored off dribble penetration.
And the first one at the line is good.
Can you believe the job they're doing at the foul line since halftime? I mean, they've been perfect so far.
Yeah, as cool as can be, Clark. Great focus and efficiency. That's how they built this lead.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Tobias Harris. And it's Tony Roten in for Chris Middleton. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. The Clippers shooting well. They're at 45%. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. That's good. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. Smith dishes to Roten. Smith the pass to Roten. Back to Smith. And Anderson has it in the corner. He feeds it to Thompson. He sinks the 11-footer.
Good job pulling the trigger when the defense opened up for him. He had an opportunity, took advantage of it.
Passes it to York. Here's Cheeks. And Thompson sends it back. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson. So both teams making some changes here. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Just 5 on the clock. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 3 to the field to get the fourth quarter started. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Cleveland's gotten the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it. 9 times they've missed. And Gobert kicks to Anderson. Buries it down low. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Kidd-Gilchrist, a screen on Smith. Now the dish to Muscala. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them.
Outside Hardaway. He kicks to Kidd-Gilchrist. That drops and it comes off the assist from Hardaway. That's now 8 points for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. The Cavaliers have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. And it's Smith finishing it off.
And guys, how fun is it watching this fella just go to work?
Greg, it's not every point guard who can climb the ladder like he can.
Not at all.
Well, I tell you, I think his body control and concentration in the air are really unique.
Kidd-Gilchrist, no luck. The Cavaliers have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. So both teams changing it up here.
Daly.
third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. Hardaway with it, and Roten picks him up defensively. There's a good screen. Here's Drobniak. Los Angeles with another miss.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Out to the right wing. Roten dishes to Smith. Out left to the wing. Back to Anderson. Clock at 6. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
Here's Hardaway. Here's York. And a miss there on the triple.
One made three formed for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
For three, Smith. That drops.
And they've looked terrific in transition today. That's had a lot to do with their success.
Boy, it certainly has. I mean, they've done a really good job recognizing anytime they've had the numbers advantage, and then they've taken advantage. We've seen it time and time again here.
I'm not even going to comment on that one.
Neither am I. I mean, if you're going to attempt a buzzer beater, I guess I will comment. Make sure there's actually a buzzer to beat.
Tries to keep it alive. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession. Here's Smith. The feed to Roten. Back to Smith.
Come on now, young fella. Watch out. You might bring that whole basket down on top of you.
I didn't think he was ever going to let go of the rim.
I tell you what, though, you might as well enjoy the moment. Make it last just a little longer.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia. And Kid Gilchrist gets it to go in.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Roten kicks to Smith. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Smith's got 12 now in this quarter.
Defensively, I think they've got to do a better job of bodying them up.
Clearly, they've been outclassed in the paint, really at both ends of the floor.
And the pass to York for three. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Hardaway.
And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be.
Cavaliers have gone 7 of 11 from the floor in the final quarter so far. Been some solid looks for them. And it's Smith finishing it off.
You have got to be kidding me. I mean, that's a point guard playing like a power forward.
And he can do a little bit of everything out there.
Yeah, he torches defenders in all kinds of ways. When he's on the floor, he's a matchup headache.
Hardaway from outside, no luck. For Cleveland, they've gotten exactly 2/3 of their shots to find the bottom of the net here in the fourth, 8 of 12. Anderson in the post, guarded by Hardaway. Roten, no good. Los Angeles has gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket.
Give credit where credit is due right there. A terrific assist.
Anderson outside, 14 feet away, and it's the Clippers with the rebound. Muscala's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Poked loose. It's stolen by Smith. And here comes Smith leading the fast break.
How about the quick hands on the steal and the quick feet on the break?
Yeah, a careless, silly mistake there, though. I mean, coughing the ball up and then not being quick enough to get back on defense, that's costly.
Outside, Kid Gilchrist. They set the screen. Off the pick. It's blocked. Smith with it. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession.
Man, I don't know what happened right there. He just basically walked out of bounds.
A different look now for Cleveland. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Tristan Thompson. And it's Lamb in there for Roten. Clippers shooting 40% in the fourth. Dishes to Muscala. Left side, Kid Gilchrist. From 17 feet out. And misses it off the right side of the rim. The Cavaliers shooting indicative of smooth offensive play. Up at 60%. They're a machine from the floor. And Billy Cauley-Stein gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
Substitution for the Clippers. Griffin. Taylor. Arthur.
The Clippers shooting 43% for the game. Now Arthur. Griffin a screen on Smith. Here's Arthur. Off the left rim and out.
Well, I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
Daly. The shot is off. The Clippers go the other way with it. Now here's Arthur, covered by Smith. Goes up at the stripe. Rebound by Smith.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Cleveland's gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep.
Taylor. That's his third personal foul. At the line for the Clippers. Daly. 2 shots.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
No good on that one. And he's good on the second. And here is Los Angeles now. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin. So far in the game for Arthur, he's got 8 points, and he's also been picking up some nice assists here and there, too.
And Clark, that needs to continue. When he has an opportunity to get an open teammate the ball, he has got to make that a priority.
At the line for your Clippers, Arthur. At the line for 2.
The free throw drops for Arthur. And both free throws good from Arthur. Cavaliers shooting 59% up to this point. They're working for great shots, and they're hitting them. Cauley-Stein passes to Smith. Misses in close. And Los Angeles guys shooting a paltry 33% in the fourth. Not a good showing for this offense.
Stay down. Stay down. That's his first personal foul. Shooting for Los Angeles, Arthur. At the line for 2.
And he makes the first. He's off on the second.
Of course, he didn't have an attempt there in the first half. He's hoping to be a little bit more active and aggressive here and draw some fouls here in the second.
Smith drawn the double team. To the left side wing. And that one comes up a bit short. LA has gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Arthur dishes to Griffin. Goes up the baseline. Shot's good. Griffin's got 22. And here's Smith. Over to the wing. Taylor with the rebound. Taylor's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Feeds it to Arthur. Picked by Griffin. Here's Teagues. And he's good on the 3-ball.
And those are 2 teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Here's Smith. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Los Angeles has gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on 3-point attempts here in the 4th. Arthur kicks to Griffin. Shoots a fader. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Cauley-Stein's got 3 rebounds now in this one. For 3, Smith. Rebound by the Clippers. A minute 42 left in the 4th. Arthur with it. Now defended by Cauley-Stein. Arthur kicks to Taylor. The jump hook. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Smith's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Cleveland.
And Clark, their hard work on the glass paid off.
You know, they both are excellent rebounding teams. I thought it was a tough battle underneath both ways.
In what's really been a fantastic year, these guys expect to win each night just as they've done here tonight. And this will end up another big win, making it 65 on the season.
A 2-game season series. They win them both and complete the sweep.
And, Greg, that's a nice feeling to get the sweep. Even though it is a small number, still nice to get that sweep.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Smith. Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised. I don't want to say they're trying to run up the score here, but they do keep adding to the lead.
Well, I know you don't want to say it, but I will, partner. I mean, they're trying to run the score up here. It's plain and simple. They're trying to throw salt all in that wound. Check out the game for Blake Griffin. 22 points, and he's rejected a shot over the course of the game, too.
And it easily could have been more. He's played an effective game at that end of the floor.
Shooting for Los Angeles, Blake Griffin. Taking 2 shots.
That's good from Blake Griffin. Los Angeles making a switch here. Cheeks is checked in. And Cleveland with a change here, too. Roten's checked in. And so he makes both from the line. 30 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Back to Smith. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup.
And this is going to be a fantastic result for them. No win on the road comes easy.
Not in the NBA, they don't. And trust me, they're going to take a little extra pleasure in this win, having silenced an entire building of hostile fans.
And so it's Cleveland taking care of business in this one. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Well, big numbers for you on the offensive end. How were you able to consistently get your shot?
It was all about working with my teammates to open up scoring opportunities. Not just for myself, but for all of us. The more chances we get as a team, the more we all score, the better off we are in the end.
Well done. Kevin, over to you.
All right, Doris, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And we send you now over to Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith.
the 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now let's move on to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Freak. An absolutely astounding and historic night for him here in this game. He was simply unstoppable in what can only be described as a masterful performance.
He was completely on a different level tonight, and his insane point total tells us that. Trust me, it's not easy to get that many points in this league, but he had their number tonight, and the coach did a great job of continuing running plays for him.
Well, he showed us just how good he can be when he's at the top of his game. And the building was stunning. You saw people leaving early, throwing popcorn, throwing hot dogs, spilling soda. He put on a CSDP, a crowd shut down performance. Man, that's what I'm talking about, Ernie.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.